ladies and gentlemen.
Let's go fishing. I'm on a mission. It's so pretty, I'd sure hate to waste this chance. We'll find us a shady little spot, not too cool, not too high.
Morning guys, I'm down here. I'm gonna do a little trolling this morning. I'm gonna use crankbaits this morning, guys. I'm gonna use some crankbaits. Shoot, I forgot my microphone again. Okay, I just had to ad-lib a little bit when I get back. But yeah, there's the old full moon up there. And starting to break day. So I'll turn on the electronics and see how we do. There's people, places pretty jumping this morning, guys.
I had to add some split shots to get down there where there's that in front of the crankbaits. And I just put some BBs on there, and after I put a couple BBs on there and got down there where there's that, I mean, there's about 10 foot. It's suspended at 10 foot. Then I started picking them up. I didn't pick them up right off the bat, and I looked at them. I thought, well, I better put some lead on there and try to get down to them. No more than put that lead on. I had one on.
He's all over the place. He's going to get me tangled up with everything. He's a pretty good size one, guys. He's a pretty good size. He's a pretty good size one. See which way he is here. Sure. Okay, guys. All right. Guys, starting out crankbaits, guys, crankbaits. Crankbaits, my man.
All these baits I'm using, the crankbaits and the spinner baits and all that, you can get them down there at Garrett's Tackle Stop. You just stop in there and talk to Leaf or Caleb or the other guys, Richard and Neil, and they'll set you up. They'll set you up with what you need for trolling. I mean, the Mafia rods, guys. You know, I have to say the Mafia rods are good, and the little Shimano reels are the better reels. Are a little more expensive, but if you're just going to get a couple of them, I would get the Shimano ultralight reel and 6 pound test line, guys. And the crankbaits and the other stuff, you just go in there and ask them about it, and they'll point you in the right direction on what to get to use and troll. So, but they even got rod holders down there. They got, whatever price you want to have. They have all kind of different rod holders they can use. So yeah, just stop in there and pick up stuff, and try it. Anybody can do this. All you got, make sure you just go about 0.8 miles an hour and throw it back here about 25, 30 yards and keep the tip of your pole just right. I mean, when you're trolling, keep that tip of your pole right close to the water. Not in the water, but just, right close to the water, so you can see it bouncing when you got one on there. And yes, and just go about 0.8 miles an hour, and you'll catch fish. And this is a relaxing way of doing it, guys. Catch a fish. Now you can go out and jig, and you can use minis too, but this is just another tool in your tackle box, you might say, that you can catch crappie with. You know, just if you had ever done it, you ought to try it. You might. It's not for everybody. Now, I'm just telling you right now. Just like mini fishing, you know, there's a lot of guys that are hardcore jig fishermen, but this is not for everybody. But I always did like it. Like I said, I did it for muskies, I did it for walleye, and I did it for sauger. You know, I just like trolling. I used to troll for stripers. You know, it's just always done it. Trout really helped me down here fishing for these crappie. I mean, I used to troll for trout all the time in the lakes, and it kind of, you know, helped me dial in on the crappie bite down here. But you can even catch, you know, if you want to go out and catch some bass, you can troll for bass. I mean, just take some bigger crankbaits and get down there where it bounces off the bottom. You can catch bass doing this also, which is kind of relaxing. You know, they fight a little bit harder than a crappie, but yeah, if you've never done it, like I said, you need to try it. Start hooking up with 4 at a time. It don't take long to get you a mess. I'm telling you right now, because you can watch your electronics and you get into them. Within an hour, you can have you a mess of fish. You know, you put like 4 or 6 poles out. I wouldn't put any more than that, but I mean, even 4 is enough to troll with. But yeah, you start getting them 3 or 4 at a time. I mean, you can get 15 or 20 in just a little bit. And that's enough. That's enough.
Got another one over here, guys. Got another one over here on the big pole. Got one on the big pole, guys. Got one on the big pole. Get this one started. I've got 4 on, guys. I got 4 on here. If I can get them in, I got 4 on here, man. Get out of that tangle. Coming my way, guys. Put that one on the chartreuse one, guys. Got that one on chartreuse, guys. Got that one on chartreuse. Chartreuse crankbait. Yeah, there's another one, guys. Like a drink going down through here now. Got fish on over here. Got fish on over here. Get on. Get on, I'll show you. Crankbait morning, guys. Crankbait morning. Crankbait morning, guys. Using crankbaits this morning. Using the old crankbaits this morning. Crankbaits. Okay, we got it. Another one here. Down here so it won't get tangled up too bad.
Them mafia rods that they sell down there at Garrett's Tackle Shop, I mean, for trolling and jigging, especially for trolling, you can't beat them. I mean, you know, use 6-pound test line, and when you pick them up, you can see they give, and you don't lose them. It's just they've designed them where they're just right, the right size and right weight to troll with. I really like them. I think they're, I don't know, $70 a piece. If you get down there, you ought to pick you up. If you're gonna do a little trolling, you ought to pick you up a couple of them Mafia rods. I think a 10-footer, 11-footer, right around there is a good all-round rod you can use. I've got the 13, and I've got the 11, and I've got the 9, I've got the 8 or the 7. But I think the 10 or 11 is a good all-around. Guys, I catch the bass if they're like anywhere from 10 to 14 inches. I'll keep them and clean them. I'll keep 5 of them and clean them if I get into them, because they're good eating too. I mean, I don't go out there and just target bass, but if I catch some bass, I'll keep them and clean them with the crappie, and they're good eating at that size. If they get any bigger than that, they're a little bit strong, and the smaller ones I don't clean because there's not much on them. But I like the ones about 12 to 14 inches long to clean. You're going to catch bass using crankbaits, trolling them crankbaits. I mean, the bigger ones, because I'm only using 4 and 6 pound test line. The bigger ones, they'll break off. They'll break that line. I mean, if they're usually the mid 15 up to any bigger, they'll break a line. But yeah, I mean, you're going to catch you're going to catch bass when you're trolling, dragging them crankbaits behind you, which that's all right. They fight good too.
Catch some more crankbaits, guys. Having a hard time keeping them going across each other, guys. I'm having a hard time keeping them. There we go. There I got him. There I got him. Oh, another crankbait, guys. Yeah, right here. Kind of a shiner looking thing, guys. Kind of a shiner looking thing there, guys. More crankbaits seems like the ticket this morning. Getting back out, but I got one on already here, guys. Got another one on. Got another one on the old crankbait. Another one on the old crankbait. Oh, he's gonna jump. I know. Yeah, he's jumping back there. The old crankbait, guys. Crankbait morning, guys. Oh, get over that mother line. He's headed for the other lines over there. Get him over here. Crankbait morning, guys. Crankbait morning. Whoa. Nope, got that one on the Super Dude, guys. Got that one again on the Super Dude here. I'll show you what this Super Dude is. Again, got that one. Got that one on, I don't know if you can see it, the Super Dude, guys. Up, down the floor. Right there, guys. Well, I got him on the old Super Dude. Hey, man, pick that up for me, would you? Come here. The old Super Dude.
That old sun coming up over the trees down there. I never see it every morning, but it still amazes me every time I see it. I look up at when it's dark, look up there and see the moon and all the different stars. It's just, God's creation, you might say.
Little guy, my man. Little guy. Super Dude, guys. Touch that one on the Super Dude. The old Super Dude. Little guy there. That's all right.
That's all right. Get the hell out of here, dog. I got doubles. I got one on one side, and then I looked over, and the other one was bouncing on the other side too, which not uncommon when you come into them. I mean, they're just a school of them there, and you'll go through them, and the poles will go off, and you just got to kind of take your time and bring one in at a time. Fish on me, man. Fish on me. Fish on me. I don't know if this is going to keep or not. Yeah, he might keep. He might keep, guys. He might keep. Oh, fish on, guys. Fish on. I don't think he will. I'll measure him. For an hour after daylight, it was just, fish on down through there. After I kind of found out where they was, it was kind of suspended in 10 foot of water out off the bank a little ways, and I put them BBs on there, and then on a couple of them, I caught a couple of them on that poles that had them BBs on, so I just put them on the rest of them, and then it was pretty non-stop. And after about 9 o'clock, I had plenty of fish. Hold on to this. Hold on to this. Hold on to this. He wasn't that far back. Hold on to that. I seen the ducks flying over, and the duck hunters are over there blasting them on the other side of the levee. I could hear them putting it right to them this morning. Fish on, my man. Fish on. It's going across the line there. Got it. Fish on. Fish on, my man. Fish on. These are nice crappie, guys. Let's turn this around just a little bit so you can see there. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. All right. Back out in the blue.
You're gonna leave stuff way back on this. See what's going on here. Every double, whatever you get him, guys. Would not get it. I don't need to get put back in the lake. See if I can hold on to this one. See if I can hold on to this one, guys. He's going clear across the other arms like that. They're going to go across the line. You can't slow them down, guys. Just can't slow them down. They just get over there and get tangled up, and they just get tangled up, that's all. Tangled up and everything. Back here and get him. What's bad about fishing up front here? There, I got him. There, I got him. I gotta fish up front here. Can't control it. Fish on, my man. Fish on.
I seen some guys jigging along the bank there, just kind of, you know, going down through there jigging and dragging one behind them. They was picking them up on the bank too. I watched them catch a few of them doing that.
Let's measure him, guys. See how big he is. 11 inches. 11 inches. 11 inches. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Fish. Yes, you are, ain't you? Yes, is this a crappie? This is a dandy. Hold on to it. Get him on. There we go. Come out. I think it's the bass, guys. It's the bass. It's jumping up and down, all around. Up and down, all around. I think it's a bass.
All the crappie were pretty nice. I mean, you know, I didn't have to measure hardly any of them. I mean, it's all, you know, 11, 12 inches long, which is all pretty good sized crappie. Of course, they're big females. They're full of eggs, and you know, they were really meaty. When I flayed them out, they were really had, you know, a lot of meat on them. So, but yeah, it did. You know, this is all good size and fought good. I mean, on the ultralights, I mean, you just take your time, reel them in. It's just, yeah, you can just. You could even stop and throw a beetle spin if you wanted to when you really get into them and catch them like that. You know, just take your time, throw a beetle spin out there and slow roll it, and you'll catch them doing that.
Catch some of these jewels. Fish on, guys. Another fish on, guys. Fish on, guys. Another fish on. All right, let's see how big this one. This wasn't very far. What we got here? Oh, I got a little guy. Little guy, guys. The old beetle span, guys.
was probably almost 30 boats went past me this morning, and out of them 30 boats, you know, the canal's not very wide, but you know, once you get off to one side, they can go past you. But out of the 30 boats, there was 2 boats that slowed down, come up and slowed down until they got past me. The rest of them, one of them come within almost my poles. You know, there's always that couple jerks, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you just got to be careful in these canals when you're fishing, trolling. Especially the guys in the bass boats are the worst. I don't know why. No wind this morning. I mean, it was. You can see you can't see no wind blowing. It's flat as a pancake. Like I said, as soon as that sun got up, it started getting hot. You know, but not a bit of wind, and which a little bit of wind helps with the bite. Sometimes I think it just kind of gives it a little bit of cover, you might say, when you get a little chop on the water. But I didn't have no chop at all this morning, but still caught a few fish. There's a brush pile I found down there about halfway down, and I'm not kidding you could just keep going back over that brush pile back and forth, and you can sit there and catch a lemon on that brush pile just by trolling over it, you know. But there's, you know, they're scattered up and down through there, so I just kept on going. Now, I had them guys from South Carolina with me the other day, and the bite was a little bit tough, but we just kept circling around that brush pile, and they ended up getting a pretty good mess on that brush pile. That's where your electronics come really in handy. I mean, live target, I use it for crappie fishing. Bass fishing, it's all right for bass fishing, but I don't see where it benefits me too much in this shallow lake. But crappie fishing, it really helps me out. Lowrance target really helps me out. When I cleaned the fish, almost every one of them had eggs in them, full of eggs. And so that tells me that they're, you know, big females are in. Now, it seems like every month, right before the full moon, there'll be another batch come in up till about May. I mean, this goes on till about May. I mean, them fish come out of the lake, and they come up in here and do their spawn thing. And yeah, right before 4 or 5 days before the full moon, guys, you want to kind of really get into them. And just right before the full moon, it seems like that's when they're really in here getting ready to do their spawn thing.
Morning. He going back.
Jigging a beetle spinning.
Yeah, beetle spin.
That's what I think. Okay.
good one. Another good one. Big old good one. Fish on, my man. Oh, let's go across on the other side. He's clear over here.
Bigger crappie, they went from one side of the canal to the other. It's just hard to control them. I mean, trying to keep them out of the lines.
Fish on, my man.
But yeah, it's just hard to control them. But, well, if they get tangled up, I just brought them in, cut them all off, and put another bait on there.
He's a keeper. He's a keeper.
Well, I caught a mess this morning. It was a pretty good morning. Crankbaits and super dew seemed like was a trick this morning. Guy, like I said before, guys, you can get them crankbaits at Garrett's Tackle Shop. I got the Yozuris, and seems like the shiner colored one with it looks like a shiner. That was a trick. And I caught a couple on chartreuse too, but most of them come on that white and kind of a green back, like a mini looking thing. And the Yozuri was just a silver, the super dew was just a silver super dew, that I used for trout fishing, and I lost a few of them on the super dew, but I caught most of them on the crankbaits this morning, which that's all right. call. About 9 o'clock, guys, the bite started slowing down a little bit. Just you could stay there. I could have stayed there and got some more fish, but it started slowing down, and you know, it was just right after daylight's when it really livens up. You can get you a limit pretty quick here after daylight. You know, with them crankbaits, trolling them, because that's kind of like a natural feed, you might say. I mean, them little minis and little cichlids and crappies, what they're feeding on. So that's why they were, you know, chowing down on them crankbaits this morning, I think. Well, we took them back to the house and cleaned them. Miss Winnie helped me, and I knocked the hide off of them, and ended up with 20. Had 20 to clean. That's 40 fillets. That's enough. You know, that's plenty. But yeah, I just what I do is I'll keep them fillets, and when someone goes fishing with me, I'll give them to them. You know what I'm saying? What do you think?